Hello there! Day 20 and the end of week of the Ewan McGregor-a-thon. And today I will be watching Stormbreaker, or Alex Rider Operation Stormbreaker. I'm not sure what the real title is. On IMDb it just says Stormbreaker, but on the site which I used to watch the films it says Alex Rider Operation Stormbreaker. Naturally, I hadn't heard of this film, but I had heard of the name Alex Rider, so I did something which I had never done before for a video in the Ewan McGregor-a-thon. I did some research, and I found out that Alex Rider are children's spy novels. So I find it weird that I thought I'd heard of it, because I'm pretty sure I've never read these books, or seen the films for that matter. I think I confused it with Alex Rover, who is a fictional character from a film I used to see very often called Nim's Isle. The main character, called Nim, was obsessed with the books of Alex Rover. And I think Alex Rover was more of an Indiana Jones ripoff than a spy, but I guess he is a parody, so to say, of Alex Rider, but I'm not sure. So anyway, this film, it's based on the first Alex Rider book called Stormbreaker. I have no idea what it's about. I'm guessing it's not about Thor's axe, but yeah. The film has quite a bad score on IMDb. I haven't seen any pictures or clips from it or anything, so I don't have an opinion myself, but I'm kind of dreading watching this film. Also, I don't think Ewan McGregor plays a big role. I think more of a side character. So I won't even have him to get me through it. But we'll see. I'm sure I'll survive. So yeah, anyway, I'll let you know if I survived after I've seen the film. Alright. It wasn't at all as awful as I feared it would be. Was it good though? Personally, I thought it was harmless. It is quite clear that this is meant to be a children's film, and for a children's film, it was okay. I knew that had I seen this film when it came out, when I was 7 or something, I would have loved it, probably. Yeah, it is quite good for a children's film, and it's important that you add "for a children's film" to that sentence, because that means you shouldn't keep into account physics, logic, acting. It's an exciting film with a comprehensible but not too boring plot, villain, a main character you can look up to, and that's all it should have for a children's film. Seeing as I thought this film was so harmless, I am curious about the low score. I have a feeling it is because this film is an adaptation, and yeah, I have a weird feeling this film wasn't a very loyal adaptation. That's probably why the score is so low, but yeah, I can't be sure because I haven't read the book. There was one thing that disappointed me though, and that was Ewan McGregor. I did have a feeling he would play a side character, but I didn't expect him to die after 5 minutes. That was kind of disappointing. I suppose that makes the Ewan McGregor death count 3 now, but yeah, I would have liked it if he was in it more. But luckily there were other talented and famous actors to fill his gap, like Stephen Fry, Bill Nye, Andy Serkis even. That was a surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. As I said, I think the film is harmless. It isn't very good. It's kind of illogical. I think it's not healthy to think about the logic in this film too much, because I think you'll only get a headache. But my main gripe with this film was, how do I put this nicely? I hated Alex Rider. Kind of reminded me of Trish No, not Trish. He kind of reminded me of Katniss from the Hunger Games, in that he didn't emote, like, at all. His voice was very monotonous. His facial expression, well, he didn't have any. I guess he was handsome for a 16-year-old. Does that sound weird coming from me? I mean, it would have served this purpose of attracting kids to this film, because girls would watch it because the main character was so cute or handsome, and boys would watch it because well, the main character was cute or handsome. I did look it up. His actor, Alex, and I can't remember his last name, was 16 years old when this film came out, and he played a 14-year-old kid. But the age difference, although it seems small, was still a little bit too big for me. I didn't buy that this kid was 14. Luckily, I'm kind of loose when it comes to age differences, so that didn't really bother me, but I still noticed. So yeah, the main character is my biggest complaint. I'm not saying this kid can't act. In fact, he has done quite a lot of movies after that one, so I'm sure he has a pretty successful career. Perhaps he's a good actor, I don't know, I've never heard of him. I'm just saying, in this film he was not very good. So, all in all, I'm giving this film a 6. For a mildly entertaining kids action film with some bad things, but overall I still found myself enjoying it more than despising it. Tomorrow I will be watching Scenes of a Sexual Nature, so do join me for that, and I will see you then.